What's up? TWOSUN. Boom. That our favorite green box. Here we go. What we got in here? Let's get it out of here. Okay. This. Yeah. So this is an all metal knife. If I'm correct, I think that the scales are metal. They're not titanium, it's metal, and so it explains the heft. Yeah, I mean, knife's hefty, man. Okay. I've seen this knife for a long time, and they continue to run it, and they just keep sticking it under my nose, and it's like, eventually I was like, well, I guess I'm going to buy one. I just never thought that I'd have much use for a full metal scaled, heavy, chunky knife, because I'm pretty sure that's what this is going to categorize as. I mean, definitely. Let's get that out of there. I mean, already I can tell you what it reminds me of. Yeah, just that one little flick, and I already have an idea of like a memory here. Ooh, that lock on there. Wow. Oh man. Something got to be done with that, because, oh, that hurt. I mean, I had to do everything I could there to get that going. And it's so, that's the only thing holding that blade is that detent. And what's the lockup on it? 35%, inching up towards 40%. But there is so much tension on that. There, I got it. That it's controlling the closing of the knife. I mean, I gotta tell you, wow. I wonder if I have this model. This is a TS423 and D2 Jelly Jerry design. I feel like I have this knife in titanium and carbon fiber. That blade shape is really, I mean, even down to the little spike here. I gotta look. I mean, that appears to be doing better. It was, I don't know, was I squeezing it and locking myself out of it? Is that what I was doing? Nah. Is it centered? Yeah. So it reminds me of that knife, but that noise and the actual action of it reminds me of the all metal Ruik, with the stainless steel scales. I've got another knife that I think it's a Ganzo that's got all metal scales, and both of those knives make that same kind of clack and have the same kind of feel as this. Yeah, that same, and it's not bad. I mean, I like it. The two TS423 and D2. I have to check for that other knife, because boy, that sure looks familiar. Okay, you ready? Don't you be trying to trick me, man. Look at that. I knew it. So this is the TWOSUN TS223. Can you see it? Come on, man. Yeah, 223, Jelly Jerry, and M390. Titanium, carbon fiber, excellent action, lightweight, and look, the blade, brah, it's exactly the same. I knew I'd seen this before. Yeah, the handle scale is the same. It's just doesn't have a bolster. It's just one big piece of metal. So, yeah, okay. I'm not sure why they created a new model. A little tomfoolery going on there. but I don't know if anybody else has seen it because this knife's been out for a minute. But I can't tell you if anybody else came across it, but I can tell you I did. I noticed it right away. I was like, hey, this looks familiar. Hey. I do like the Hinder-esque kind of stop pin there, or over travel. It's got the cheapest old school pocket clip. Pretty sure the first TWOSUN ever came out. And I don't know. Hey, let's get in this thing. Definitely going to look at that detent because, man, well, look at that. Did I check it to see if it had play? I don't think I did. Nah, it's locked up solid. Solid. I got a little bit of play there, so it could be tighter. I want to see if I can get, yeah, well, it was crazy loose. Might have to Loctite this one. Yeah, there it's gone. Ooh, man, that detent, that's not even sort of friendly. All right, now let's get in it. Yeah, I didn't have to go overly tight to deal with that, but it's all TH across the board there. Get her all stripped down. I didn't probably need to take either of those out. Well, now that I'm looking at it, I think I had to take them both. Yeah, I did, because there's the hidden under the lanyard or the pocket clip screw, which they could have just used the pocket clip. I don't know, you tell me, man. Yeah, nice and oiled. It's got a internal stop pin. Standard bearings. There's no reason this thing can't run well. I mean, I will say that detent's gonna have to give up the ghost, man, because it is out of line. It is inappropriate. We're gonna have to check it down. Those steel liners, it looks like maybe they just polished that so it doesn't have washers in it. I'm gonna say that's exactly what they did. We don't need to take those barrel spacers off. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty cool. You got steel liners. You don't need washers and all that stuff. Cut down on costs. I don't know. Was that the idea behind this knife? Let's see if we can cut down on costs and, no washers and don't have to have a steel insert machined in there because it's steel on steel, I think I'm going to have to take that over travel stop out. Because I definitely want to play with this detent, man. Because this thing is... Ooh. This thing is stout. Not user-friendly. So, I mean, it's just one of those that I've seen it. And, I mean, the price has never been too crazy. And I don't remember, but I think I might have picked this up on White Mountain Knives during the sale and got it like super cheap. But I might have just bid it out and got it super cheap. I'm not sure. I know I waited long enough for any kind of craze to be there. It's just one of those late night bids. It's like, throw one on it. It ends at 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever. If I can get it for cheap, let's pick one up. I gotta get in here. Yeah, that's gotta get out of my way. I wonder how much room I have there. Even that's a T8. Kudos. Okay, let's get a reference. Ooh, it's not much. I already know it's not much. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to adjust any because look, the actual detent is set. I mean, it's just so minimalistic. I don't think I can take any out of it. I'm going to have to press it together with a blade and get a look at it before I go any further. It doesn't make any sense to go messing with all that and reassemble and then disassemble and reassemble. And I think I'll just get a look at it. I think I can press it together with my hands and kind of see what's what. Yeah, let's just put the screw in. Take a second. Okay. Yeah, so when it's locked up, why is that so much easier now? I didn't change anything. But unlocking that is a dream. It was 30 or 40%. Ooh, that's a lot of play right there. I'm a little confused why that switched. But it is super easy to do now. All right, well, you know what? I'm gonna take it back apart real quick. I'm gonna lube that other bearing, and we'll finish putting it back together and see where we land. If I got to pull it back apart to do some adjustments, then that's what I'll do. That over travel shouldn't be impacting that. That's really the ace in the hole, as far as changing that, is I don't have that on it right now. So was that pushing that down? Maybe that's what the issue was all along, is that was pressing downward and creating extra tension. Yeah, it's pretty tight now. I think it was just geometry getting this tight. Having it not tight was impacting that tightness on that. So let's take a look at that now again, because I'll have to pull that scale. So yeah, we're back at like 35%. And so, I mean, I might be able to take just the tiniest little bit off of it. I wonder if it'll fail now, because if it'll fail now, then, nah, it's solid. All right, let's play with it. Come on, man. You want to dance? Let's dance. You bring your tennis shoes, put them on, man. All right, here we go. How much? See, I don't think I have much to deal with here. That pretty much looked like where it was at when it was locked up. So if I took any out of it, it won't lock up, and then I'll have blade rock. All right, it looked like it moved a little bit. Let's see. I mean, we'll try it. Worst case, I gotta put it back, right? Be fumbling around, burning kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes. Let's put a screw back here, get the geometry correct, front to back. I mean, this thing right now, it qualifies as maybe the worst TWOSUN Action I own. I mean, it's better now. I had that pivot too tight. I'm sure of it. I mean, that's livable. A couple of shakes. Question is, I mean, so a couple of questions. I wonder if I can fail it, first off. Get my fingers off that lock bar. Yeah, I can fail it. Second question is that locked up enough now? Because it's definitely less. So let's check it here first. Yeah, there's a little play in there. Okay. Oh, yeah, that lockup. I mean, what's it at? 15% now? All right. Well, to heck with it. Come on, man. I'm in. Goodness. It's better. That's all that matters, man. We made an improvement. I don't know that I could. I mean, I could get more out of this. I could manipulate these with a file and get it farther over, but there's so much tension in this steel that I mean, I don't want to mess with it. Honestly, it's running and it's functional, and so it's going to be what it is. I think I'm going to save myself some time and put a little bit of tension on this pocket clip while I got it off, because this type of pocket clip notoriously isn't very grippy, and so just put a little bend on it. It takes just a second, and then we can put it back on. So I just bent it, as you can see, so it's going to have a little extra tension behind the pocket clip to the scale. And then, of course, whenever you do that, even if you don't do that, it's just a good practice. Do that back screw first, because the back screw's got a lot less tension on it, and it's probably going to grab threads way before that front one would, because that front one's leaning up. It does have a recessed pocket clip, but the screws are crowned. But this type of clip typically runs like the Jamaican bobsled team. Really, really well. All right. What we got? Not bad. Actually pretty good there. Not bad here. I mean, let's put the overstop pin back in. It shouldn't impact that at all. Keep it from getting loose. Yeah, I mean, it's as good as I'm going to get it, I think. And I'm actually pleased by it. It's not bad at all. It is a heavy knife. I mean, this thing, I mean, it's big chunks of metal. You know, I don't know what they made, what metal that is, but it's got a nice coating on it, though. Let's talk about the action real quick. So, I mean, I'm not going to do for what it is action. I'm just going to call it as an action because it's got washers. It's got it's got bearings, so it should run. So, I mean, kicking it out action. I wonder if I can fail it. I've been running it a little bit. Yeah, I can still fail it, but it's getting close. I think it's just going to get better and better and better. But I'm going to call it a solid B, maybe a B plus. I mean, it's actually not bad. Getting it out isn't uncomfortable at all. There's nice jimping on this flipper tab. It's angled properly. So, I mean, it's a pretty easy. I mean, it's not pretty. It's actually a very easy knife to deploy. Like if you snatched this out in a hurry and had to get it out, it's coming out of there. So, you know, The drop shut, a few shakes, man. Heck, I have knives that have all the best materials in the world that you got to shake a little bit. I'm gonna say B plus for sure. Maybe, yeah, B plus. And it's getting better the whole time. I dig it. Ergonomics. So it's kind of Hinderist, man. Honestly, very locked in. This is a very confident grip. Like this finger guard, this cutout, the shape of this as it gets thicker coming back. Um, Supremely locked in on this blade. So, I mean, self-defense capabilities, yeah, absolutely. This thing, this thing in hand is locked in hand. So now it's just down to the wielder to make it effective, because the tool's not going to fail you. It's got this kind of semi-frag pattern. These lines run in here. This really is a textured bead blast surface. So wonderful grip. The pocket clips disappeared in there. There's no hot spots. It's pretty comfortable. I like it. I mean, I'm liking this knife more and more the more I'm handling it and running it. That noise it makes when it comes out is wonderful. Yeah, everything's still real solid. I don't have any play in this thing anywhere. It's great. I like it. Pocket clip. We talked about the pocket clip. Let's check it. We already know, man. Come on. You've seen one of these, you've seen a million. Yeah, it's over the thick stuff. And with the tension I put on it, oof, gone. Nice little, just a peekaboo coming out of there. The hole's going to aid in getting that out. And it's got really good tension. For this heavy knife, it's holding on. Yep, I like it. My spot back here just tucks in, man. Great little beater knife. I mean, come on. You don't have to worry about them scales or, I mean, the knife that has heft. It's got some girth, man. Wonder if, safety. Let's check it. That action, you can already tell, right? It's way improved. Way improved. Look at it. Way better. Yeah, can't get the blade. Ooh, that was close, but can't get the tip. So the tip's good, the clip's good, and I'm confident I could put it in my pocket without making blade contact accidentally. So I think pass with flying colors. And I mean, if I just keep fondling this knife, this action's going to easily jump up and be an A minus. Compared to where it was when I first got out of that package, I didn't like it at all. This detent was super stiff, and the action was just muddy and bound up. And now, I mean, it's typical TWOSUN action now. This thing's flying around, sounds good, it's got great acoustics. I mean, I got to tell you, this thing, the stock on this particular, what is it, 423? The stock on this is risen a bunch from when I first opened it. It's another reason to check out a knife, to check it in. Because if I just took this out and put it in my hand, I mean, it wouldn't take me long to just go, yeah, it's not one of my favorites, and goes away. But because I checked the knife in, I'm cleaning it, I'm holding it, I'm fondling it, messing with the detent, I'm, taking parts apart and seeing how they impact the other parts, and how the detent, how everything comes together. And in the process of that, I'm just cycling the knife. And then lo and behold, what do I got? I got actually a pretty nice knife. I mean, if this thing was around $30, look at it. Look at this blade. Deep, fat belly, nice prickly point. And my guess is, what I know about these deep, thin blades, start out thick, but man, that tall, flat grind, this thing should be, yeah, that kind of sharp. Look at it. Come on, man. And that's without a strop. I mean, I'm going to at least run, let's say, 1, 2. I'm going to run 3 passes, but before I do, I'm going to, boop, 1 more. Okay. One more time. Did I ruin that edge? Man, I hope not, because boy, it was good. I mean, come on. This thing is super sharp. Yeah, wow. It's as sharp as a big, tall, thin grind blade like that should be. I mean, price and availability, man. Let me see if I can't chase this down for you. Hopefully some of the suppliers have it. eBay, White Mountain Knives. I'll be right back. It won't take a second for y'all. All right, I'm going to do something crazy. So White Mountain Knives has it for like $52. And take the 10% off the $52. And that puts you at like what, 47 bucks? Amazon has it for next day delivery for $50. A couple of dollars more, you can get it next day, which with White Mountain Knives, you probably get it in 3 or 4 days. DWin has a current auction right now with about 20 minutes left on it, and it's sitting at $32. So I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to try to buy that knife for $35. And then hopefully one of you all will buy it from me for the 42 bucks. So if I can get it for $35, put $7 shipping on it, it'd cost the channel nothing, but one of you guys can get one of these for 42 bucks. I hope that's a good deal. I know that it's like, what? It's almost $5 cheaper than you can get it at White Mountain Knives. So let's see if I can get it. I mean, I'm just going to pause the video. I'll be back. I'll either get it or I won't. I mean, 2 minutes, man. It's at $33. I'm going to bid $35.42 and see if we can get it. All right, it's coming, man. Maybe. I mean, it's just kind of fun. I'm having fun. And if I win this, when you watch the video, if you want it, first one to email me and say they want it at the channel email site, I'll sell it to you for this price plus the $7 shipping. So $42.42. But I'll sell you the one I have. I mean, you tell me. If you want the new one that's coming, then you can have it. But you have to wait for it. If you want the one that I have that's tuned up, I'll send you that one. You decide. And if nobody buys it, well, then I got 2 of them. I'll give one away at Christmas or something. All right. Come on. It's happening. I'm probably going to kill this right when it ends and then come back because I don't know if it's going to pop up all my personal information. I don't even know what happens if you win or lose. I don't know. You'd think I know, but it's not something I really pay attention to. I mean, all right, hold on. All right, here we go. Last 25 seconds. And I'm going to try to snipe it. Like, I'm going to click this like with 4 seconds left. That's when I'm going to click it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, click. Oh, we didn't win it. Somebody else bid. I'm going to see if I can show it to you. Terrible, man. Oh. Here's what happened. Somebody had more money on it than we did. Yeah, it sold for $38.99. So, but hey, that's the name of the game. Man, that's eBay, right? That was kind of fun, actually. Oh, mess around. I don't know if it was fun to watch or not, man. But hey, let's wrap this thing up. Pretty cool knife, actually, in the end of it all. And honestly, that's why I wanted to do it because, I mean, this is a knife that, I don't know, I was really reluctant to buy. And because I just wasn't high on this whole steel handle thing. And then, of course, it turns out it's exactly the same as a 223. It's just metal scales and a D2 blade. But yeah, man, I mean, I got to tell you, I really kind of like the knife now that I've tuned it and worked with it. So, hey, I appreciate you watching and hanging out with me, playing around on eBay. So, appreciate it. Thanks.